Off. Ooh. And from there, we will get started. It's not going to rain anymore after this. We're all going to believe that together. So our goal is to keep this out here. I know it's miserable right now. The chances of rain dropped drastically, and we did know this about 10 o'clock. So again, we're just waiting till this last band passes. We see blue sky. We got to get the stage dried, and then from there we will we'll start graduation. Thank you.
Good morning again, everyone. We will be starting in about 10 minutes, so please find a seat. We will also be removing some ropes towards the front of each side section that is reserved for our staff and faculty. So please. I was outside of my playground, I'm sorry. So please do not sit in that seating because it is for our staff and faculty. Thank you.
Jesse, all these people need to move. We're about for 5 minutes. So they got to find a seat or move over here to the right. We are starting in 5 minutes. You cannot, this whole area here, this is where our graduates are coming in. You guys need to find a seat, please. If you do not have a ticketed seat, you can stand off in the corner over here to my right.
There are plenty of seats over here.
Yeah, we also have plenty of seats over here to the right. Again, we are starting in 5 minutes. I need everyone seated out of all aisles and out of the back area. You can be off to the right over here if you prefer to stand, but you need to be out of the center aisle over here. 5 minutes. Thank you.
Kathy. Okay, all right. You can dump them if you want, but we don't have time to wipe down all the seats at this point. I know this is going to shock you, but I've done this for a few years.
I know, yeah.
What happened? Anything else up here? Yeah. Yeah, I just heard, that's all I heard in the mic. Yeah. All right, Kendall, you're heading down. Yes. I sure will. Kathy, you want to go ahead and get the diploma covers? Where is it? Right Just all rise.
Graduates, make sure you're in one chair. No, yeah. We just need you to move in some so we can get all of our chairs there. Graduates, guests, faculty, and staff and administration, welcome. At this time, please remain standing and direct your attention to my right for the presentation of colors for this commencement ceremony. Presenting the colors for our 2022 commencement ceremony, please welcome members of our local law enforcement from Union and Anson County. We remind you to remain standing until the colors have been retired and through the singing of our national anthem by Deanna Bonilla.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I declare this commencement to be open.
Nothing can stop this class of 2022. Thank you all for staying here through the rain and waiting for these beautiful skies. On behalf of the South Piedmont faculty, staff, and Board of Trustees, I welcome you to the 2022 South Piedmont Community College Commencement Ceremony. I would like to take a moment to thank the Student Affairs team, the print shop, the security team, and our amazing facilities and maintenance staff who worked tirelessly to beautify the campus and organize this ceremony to celebrate our graduates. As we begin the ceremony, I would also like to recognize the distinguished guests we have here on stage. I'm sorry, you all may sit. And I would ask that the stage guest stands as their name is called, and that the audience hold their applause until the end of the introductions. From our South Piedmont Community College Board of Trustees, Ms. Caroline Hightower, Mr. Kenny Horn, Ms. Sharon Knotts, Mr. Gary Summerfield, Mr. Jarvis Woodburn, and Mr. Dominic Dunn, our SGA President and ex officio member of the Board of Trustees and a 2022 graduate. And our South Piedmont Community College administration and commencement celebration participants, Mr. Carl Bishop, Vice President of Academic and Student Affairs and Chief Academic Officer, Ms. Michelle Brock, Vice President of Finance and Administrative Services and Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Brandon Dyer, Associate Vice President of Student Affairs, Dr. McKenna Stewart, Associate Vice President of Academic Affairs and the 2021 Staff of the Year Award winner, Mr. Ryan Anthony, Dean, School of Health and Public Safety, Dr. Mark Little, Interim Dean, School of Applied Science and Technology, Dr. Diane Page, Dean, School of Arts and Sciences, Ms. Kelly Stegall, Dean, School of College and Career Readiness, Mr. James McElhaney, the 2021 Excellence in Teaching Award winner, Mr. Billy Dick, History Faculty and Grand Marshal, Ms. Deanna Bonilla, the beautiful soloist and a 2022 graduate, and Dr. Rhett Brown, the president of Wingate University and our commencement speaker today. Ms. Maureen Little, retired vice president of economic development at the North Carolina Community College System and the recipient of our honorary degree today. And from Union County Early College, Mr. Adrian Porter, principal. From the Anson County Early College, Ms. Carrie Decker, principal. And I thank you all for being here. In the audience, we also have Representative David Willis from the North Carolina House of Representatives. Thank you. And of course, we must recognize all of you in the audience who have joined us also virtually and participating via live stream. If there is a silver lining for this COVID-19 pandemic, it's the improved ability to share life's great experiences with our family and friends who are not able to join us in person. And of course, most importantly, let's welcome our South Piedmont Community College graduating class of 2022. You may not have had the same experience as the classmate next to you, but you all share an experience that defines your journey. Learning in a pandemic and navigating classes, jobs, and family obligations were challenges you had to overcome to be here today. But you faced each challenge head on and you overcame it to continue your education. You share this experience with your classmates, and I hope you take the time to reflect and celebrate that fact during this graduation weekend. Commitment, perseverance, and dedication. These three words encompass why graduation is so special and worth celebrating. When you made the decision to attend classes at South Piedmont, you likely didn't know what to expect. You could not foresee the potential hurdles and speed bumps that would be placed before you. And being a student doesn't give you a break from life's other obligations and responsibilities. And yet, you showed your commitment to your education. You persevered through those challenges and dedicated yourself to the task at hand, earning a credential that is going to carry you forward. That is a feat worth celebrating. And as you take this time to reflect and honor all that you have done to get to this point, you must also look forward. I see in front of me great passion and energy, and that is a powerful tool to do the great things that you set for yourself and achieve your goals. And how you choose to apply it will be your legacy, and you're going to hear a little bit more about that later. You are very well prepared for this task, and I cannot wait to see all that you achieve as South Piedmont Community College alum. And now I welcome to the stage Mr. Dominic Dunn, our Student Government Association President and our 2022 graduate. Thank you.
Good morning. Whoa. I would like to welcome the Board of Trustees, the faculty and staff of SPCC, alumni, family, friends, our distinguished guests, and as well my fellow graduates of 2022. While our coursework at South Piedmont has officially just come to an end, our journey has just begun. Like most of us here today, we started our programs during one of the most difficult times in any period of a lifetime. Yet we all have adapted, conquered, and overcome those obstacles that have crossed our paths throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. First, I would like to share with you a short quote from our former First Lady, Michelle Obama. Your story is what you have, what you will always have. It is something you own. During our journey and time spent at South Piedmont has been filled with challenges and hardships, as well as triumphs. Today is the day where we can acknowledge those triumphs that brought us here. From practicing our persuasive speeches over and over in COM 231, shout out Ms. Gardner, wherever you are, to building an entire networking platform for yourself via your e-portfolio, as well as trying to find parking for those early 9:30 a.m. classes. All of those struggles or hardships have brought us to this moment in time and crafted who we are and will continue to be. I remember the hardest time I spent at South Piedmont was stepping into the role of Student Government Association as SGA president. I was nervous as I felt I had the entire campus on my shoulders, too afraid to make any small movement. Overwhelmed with such emotion and anticipation that I had never felt before, I turned to one of my former advisors. Without me even having to say a word, she changed my entire world. She said 3 simple words: live your legacy. Within that moment, everything had clicked. I had grasped the central idea of who I wanted to be and continue to be as I strive to make an impact in our community at South Piedmont. First, acknowledging who I am as a student and as a leader, being that first generation gay Asian American college student, knowing that I had to represent an entire student body. Learning that the meaning of being a leader isn't to carry one on their shoulders, but rather walking with them and leading them to success. My legacy at South Piedmont forever be remembered as I strive to clear a path for all students as they use their diverse characteristics with great power, leaving a legacy for any student out there struggling to find themselves, knowing that they should take pride in who they are and will continue to be. Throughout my journey in my presidential role within student government, I had to learn to pick up the pen, living my legacy by ensuring that my writing cannot be erased. This is the beginning of my story. What will be yours? After today's ceremony, we will all carry on throughout our lives, and it's moments like these that should be celebrated and remembered as we write our own story of success. As we begin our journey after South Piedmont, I encourage you to pick up your pen, start writing, and live your legacy. Thank you, my fellow graduates of 2022. I would like to now welcome Dr. Farr back to the podium.
Each year, South Piedmont honors an individual who has made a significant contribution to our mission by bestowing upon him or her an honorary degree. This is a high honor from the college as we consider such recipients to be among the most respected, inspirational, and influential leaders within our academic community, individuals who have devoted themselves to our higher cause and a greater good. And this year's recipient is not only the architect of one of the most significant economic and workforce development programs in the North Carolina community college system, but a person who embodies the grit, determination, hard work, and commitment to community that is so brightly reflected in her remarkable career. Ms. Maureen Little is a Union County native who graduated from Monroe High School, earned a bachelor's degree from UNC Charlotte, and began her community college legacy at Union Technical Education Consortium, or UTEC, the precursor to South Piedmont Community College. Her father was a small business owner in our community, so Maureen knew the value that small businesses had on the community's quality of life. Her personal connection with economic and workforce development translated into a deep passion and commitment to maximize the accessibility, affordability, and technical nature of the early community college system to create a nationally recognized workforce training program now known as customized training. I met Maureen in 2008 when she was the Associate Vice President for Customized Training at the North Carolina Community College System Office. It was in that role that she coupled the lessons from growing up in a family business with the innovative leadership that she developed through the years to create the Customized Training Program, which has been, as I said, one of the most significant economic development incentives for recruiting and growing our state's businesses, many of whom employ South Piedmont alum and some of our graduates here today. In 2016, she was promoted to the role of Vice President of Economic Development, where she was responsible for Apprenticeship NC, Bio Network, Customized Training, and the Small Business Center Network. She retired in June 2021, having made a significant mark on the state of North Carolina. Maureen was lauded by economic development groups, industry associations, businesses, and legislators for the economic impact her team had on North Carolina manufacturing companies, which exceeded $480 million, and the return on the state's investment while in her role. In the 5 years as vice president, Maureen was responsible for an 80% increase in registered apprenticeship programs, an 87% increase in youth apprenticeship programs, a 22% increase in the number of community colleges served through Bio Network, including South Piedmont Community College. In December 2021, Maureen was presented the Order of the Longleaf Pine, the most prestigious award granted by the governor of North Carolina. That placed her in the company of other outstanding citizens, such as Maya Angelou, Coretta Scott King, Charles Kuralt, Richard Petty, Michael Jordan, and Oprah Winfrey. Not bad company. So, as each of you contemplate life after graduation, think about the legacy you want to leave, as Dominic had so eloquently said in his address to you, and strive to make an impact like Maureen Little. So please join me in congratulating our 2022 South Piedmont Community College honorary degree recipient, Miss Maureen Little.
Going to bring this down just a little bit because, as you can see, I'm not quite the height of Dr. Farr, but I do want to thank her for the kind introduction. As the recipient of South Piedmont Community College's 2022 honorary degree, I owe many thanks to the Board of Trustees, to President Farr, and to her senior leadership team. I am humbled at the recognition of my service to the state of North Carolina and the North Carolina community colleges. While South Piedmont may be just one of the 58 community colleges in our state, it is where I began my career over 35 years ago. Today, I am honored to continue my work to promote this college, its leadership, the faculty and staff, and most importantly, the students of this outstanding institution. South Piedmont is my community college. South Piedmont is your community college. South Piedmont is our community college, and I know that this college will continue to be a beacon of hope and opportunity for the business, industry, and citizens of Anson and Union counties. In closing, I'd like to recognize my special guest here today. Joining me today are my parents, Morris and Ray Trull, who taught me the value of hard work, responsibility, and enthusiasm for what you do. My brother Marty and his wife Dana had planned to attend, but are live streaming today's festivities. Over the years, both have undergone serious health issues, and they remind me when life throws you a curveball, it is important to persevere. Our nephew Nicholas is also celebrating with me today. Nicholas is a student here at South Piedmont and has been a true joy to me over the past 19 years. Nicholas's outlook on life reminds me daily to find happiness in all that I do. Definitely not last in my lineup of guests is Rick, my husband of 38 years. It has been his support and encouragement over the years that has allowed me the many opportunities that Dr. Farr spoke of. I am forever thankful to him for his encouragement and his telling me every day that I could do it, whatever it was. Thank you, South Piedmont Community College, for the special recognition on this exceptional Community College Day. I am most grateful to be on this stage where these bright, young, talented individuals will soon be acknowledged for their accomplishments, which have only just begun. Thank you.
Good morning. It's good to see all of your really good-looking faces out there. Smiling and happy. Hey, y'all. How's it going? My name is Jim McElhaney. I'm a psychology and religion instructor at South Piedmont Community College, and as was mentioned, the recipient of last year's Excellence in Teaching Award. I'm extremely happy to be here today to talk to you about this year's recipient, the 2022 Excellence in Teaching Award winner. Let me tell you a little bit about this gentleman. This gentleman is engaged in his students' lives inside and outside of the classroom. Students have remarked on their references for him that he was compassionate, kind, understanding, taking time out to spend with them, not only reiterating particular points in his courses, but even outside of the classes, really getting to know the students and supporting them in just profound ways. He's been called compassionate and kind and energetic. He's also a graduate of South Piedmont Community College. I'm excited about that. How about you? How'd you know? Your Excellence in Teaching Award winner is a graduate of South Piedmont Community College. He went on to secure his bachelor's and master's degrees at the University of North Carolina in Charlotte. And he's been working here at South Piedmont for about 7 or 8 years now, where he has been the assistant department chair of the humanities department. He has served as the director of the first year experience program. He is currently the director of our learning communities, particularly the Associate of Arts in a Year program. And we've had a number of cohorts come through, and many of you are here today, and we're excited for you as well. We're thrilled about this candidate this year, this recipient, because he just stood out like all of our wonderful faculty. It's a tough decision. So it's my honor today to introduce to you, and by the way, let me tell you one other thing just came to my mind. He's getting ready to take a group of students to England and to Paris this summer. I know we're not supposed to be envious, but I'm a little bit envious, I have to admit. What a wonderful opportunity. Just tells you about the character of this particular instructor in engaging students in cross-cultural opportunities. Just a wonderful thing. I'm excited to have him as a colleague. I'm excited also to have him as a friend. It is indeed a blessing to work alongside of him and to serve in the same department as him. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome to the podium our 2022 recipient of the Excellence in Teaching Award, Mr. Ryan Brown, English instructor.
Good morning. How's everybody doing? I do have to say, it is quite an experience to have somebody stand in front of a large crowd, a significant crowd like this, and brag about you. It's quite astounding. But in all seriousness, thank you, Mr. McElhaney, for that wonderful introduction. Good morning, students, faculty, staff, alumni, board of trustees, esteemed guests, friends, and family. The first time, just a little bit of a backstory on me, the first time I spoke at a graduation was my high school graduation. I was homeschooled and there were 6 of us. There were 6 of us. It was at a Bright Spot Baptist Church down here in Monroe, right off of 74. You may have seen it. And I remember being so nervous when I addressed my peers. I said, "Congratulations." Apparently, I made up a new word. Today, while accepting this award, I feel the same feelings, the same nerves, but I also know that nerves means excitement. Which brings me to why I'm here today. I am grateful for the students and the faculty and the staff and everybody here at South Piedmont Community College who has taught and enriched me along the way. But beyond that, I'm most excited for you, the graduating class of 2022. Your next chapter is filled with so many wonderful discoveries and experiences, and the world is your oyster. And it's just a wonderful and invigorating thing to think about what you have before you. But remember that growth and accomplishments and achievements is not just linear. It's not just up, up, and up. It's actually circular. And I want to share with you a quote from an American poet, T.S. Eliot, who says, "We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of our exploring will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time." So think about that. You explore, you learn, you grow, but then you come back and you realize what you've accomplished, how you've grown, what you've achieved, what you can be proud of. So I will end this thank you speech with a few pieces of advice to never stop exploring, but also know that no matter what you find out there, it was inside of you the whole time. You're just learning more about yourself and going back to the beginning and realizing, wow, look how awesome I am. Thank you and congratulations.
Now I'd like to welcome to the podium for the presentation of the Staff of the Year Award, Dr. McKenna Stewart, who is also the recipient of the 2021 Staff of the Year Award.
Good morning. I have the pleasure of presenting this year's Staff of the Year Award. Each year, South Piedmont recognizes a staff member who demonstrates excellence in leadership, initiative, stewardship, and service in alignment with our college's mission. This year's recipient truly exemplifies those characteristics. While much of her work is unseen, it provides a foundation for the quality and efficiency of so many of South Piedmont's activities. It is my honor to shed light on just a small sample of the many contributions this individual has made to the college. Since joining South Piedmont in 2016, this employee has worked to translate our mission into action with an unwavering commitment to the integrity, accuracy, and quality of the data she produces and shares with others. The commitment to our mission happens in several ways. In her role as the institutional research analyst, she translates and humanizes our data, which allows us to see the full breadth of our students in order to support them in achieving their success. Her work on the college's reclamation initiative is a fitting example of this. She recognized that students work so hard to achieve success, and in some instances, they may have earned a credential of which they were unaware. Using her unique programming skill set, she created a process to identify these students, as well as those close to completing a credential, so that they could be contacted for graduation. Her creative approach resulted in a 40% increase in the number of credentials awarded in the initial year, which positively impacted the lives of so many students and their families. Most recently, she was instrumental in the development of the college's program economics platform model, allowing us to track economic data vital to the college's alignment with local workforce needs. In addition to these large-scale initiatives, she still prioritizes service through leadership. She founded the college's data advisory team in 2017 and chairs the Institutional Review Board. Her leadership also extends beyond the walls of our college. She serves as an officer for the North Carolina Community College Professional Research Organization and continuously shares her expertise at state and regional conferences to foster lifelong learning in others. Her unselfish devotion to duty helps ensure the college makes data-informed decisions, allowing us to better serve students, provide effective stewardship of resources, and ultimately grow as a college. It is with great privilege that I present Christine Teach, Institutional Research Analyst with the 2022 Staff of the Year Award.
Well, I'm a woman of few words, so I'll keep this short and just say thank you. It's an honor to work with all of the awesome faculty and staff every day in support of our students in our community. So thank you.
I now welcome back to the podium Dr. Maria Farr.
All right. Well, today's commencement speaker is someone that that perhaps many of you already know, either as the innovative president of the prestigious Union County Hometown University, Wingate University, or as a fellow board member for Atrium Health, Monroe Union County Economic Development, or the Union County United Way. Or perhaps you knew him as a first-generation student at Wingate College, an MBA student at Wingate University, or a doctoral student at the University of Alabama. If you have had the pleasure of knowing him through any of these avenues, then I do not have to tell you what an amazing colleague, friend, advocate, and role model that he has been to so many. If you haven't had the pleasure of knowing him, I'd like to share a little bit more about my friend and colleague, Dr. Rhett Brown. Dr. Brown has a real passion for dolphins. It's not a biology thing, because he learned in the 7th grade after staring into the guts of a fetal pig that biology was not his cup of tea. It's a Flipper thing. For those in my generation, you may remember Flipper. For those that have no idea what I'm talking about, Flipper was a bottlenose dolphin and a pet of the Ricks family. That was a widowed father, 2 young sons. And of course, Flipper helped Puerto Rico with multiple sea rescues and kept a watchful eyes over his sons, which of course got into trouble every single week. Now, why am I telling you about Flipper when the whole point here is to introduce Dr. Brown? Well, before I get into the correlations, I also need to tell you that Dr. Brown is a great storyteller, and these stories usually begin with, I was listening to a podcast. So I was listening to a podcast, Flipper the Dolphin Meets the Apostle Paul. Now, that made the perfect connection between Flipper and another aspect of Dr. Brown's approach to life, his Christianity. Now, the crux of the podcast seemed to be a stretch, but let's try to make that connection. Dolphins are known for looking out for each other. When one is hurt or struggling, other dolphins tend to raise them up, help them surface so that they can renew themselves and gather the strength to start again. The podcast went on to describe how Barnabas helped the Apostle Paul to become accepted by the other disciples when they knew only of Paul's wayward ways and were not yet able to see him as the Christian he had become. Finding ways to lift up others, to encourage those that need the extra support, and to lead them to a better life defines many of the innovative ways Dr. Brown has impacted our community. He has helped to craft Wayfind, a partnership with Union County Public Schools that mentors a cohort of high potential, at-risk 8th graders through their high school journey and leads them to a tuition-free bachelor's program at Wingate. And he has worked with me and our team at South Piedmont to develop the Road to Wingate, a comprehensive integrated partnership which allows South Piedmont degree-seeking students who wish to transfer to Wingate to complete their bachelor's degree a seamless pathway that gives them increasingly higher levels of involvement with Wingate amenities during their journey here at South Piedmont. And it culminates in the Gateway to Wingate Scholarship, which allows them to attend Wingate University for the last 2 years of their bachelor's program at no more than $2,500 a year. How many of you are connected with Wingate University? Excellent. This has been a transformational opportunity for our students in Union and Anson counties, and a testament to the collaborative, innovative, and visionary leadership of Dr. Rhett Brown. I am honored to have him as a colleague and excited for him to share his words of encouragement to lift you up as you embark on your next adventure. So it is with great pleasure that I introduce to you our 2022 commencement speaker, Dr. Rhett Brown.
I have so many questions about how Dr. Farr found out about my Flipper obsession, but I will deal with that later. Good morning, everyone. President Farr, faculty, trustees, and distinguished guests, it is a privilege to be here today. A privilege for me. A couple of things you should know about me straight away as I begin these commencement remarks is that I believe in resilience, and I believe in education or training or expertise or learning or whatever you want to call what you've been doing here. Together, education and resilience are a potent force. Education and resilience change lives, and that's what we're here to celebrate. And because I am such a believer, and because I am such an admirer of the work here at South Piedmont, it is why your invitation to join in the ceremony today is such a distinct privilege for me. So thank you. Whether we are here to congratulate your achievement in mechatronics engineering, I have no idea what that is. Fine arts, welding, business administration, early childhood education, automotive systems technology, an associate degree, or any other outstanding program here at SPCC. I want to encourage you to never stop learning. Your lives and your livelihood will be better for it, and our communities will greatly benefit. To the family and faculty and friends of these graduates, I know you take great pride in your students' achievement, and your support and encouragement along their journey should be publicly acknowledged. So graduates only, let's give a round of grateful applause for all those who supported you and acknowledge that rarely do any of us arrive at such a critical juncture without a lot of help along the way. So graduates, look around. What a difference a year makes. You don't have to celebrate your commencement from inside a car or virtually, although I'm glad that those virtually still can join us. You can hug your professors. You can shake hands with staff and celebrate in person with family and friends for all the hard work that has brought you here. A good day indeed. As you all heard from Dr. Farr, I'm the president of Wingate University and have had the honor of serving my alma mater in this role for the last 7 years. I sincerely hope that I am paying forward the wonderful investment that Wingate made in me in the mid-1980s. In the last several years, Wingate and South Piedmont have partnered on a number of initiatives and programs, as you heard Dr. Farr explain. Our combined efforts are getting the attention of policymakers, elected officials, and educational researchers around the state and across the country. Wingate and SPCC working together have made our institution stronger, and in turn, our partnership is impacting the lives of our students, our graduates, and our community. Dr. Farr, I am deeply grateful for your partnership and especially for your friendship. Some of you may have seen a news story recently on WCNC about our Road to Wingate program that Dr. Farr mentioned. The news story featured a former classmate, Emily Pilardi. She graduated from South Piedmont after completing her associate's degree in a year. She's now enrolled at Wingate studying to become a reading specialist, partly because reading was both an escape and an opportunity for Emily. I met with her recently, eager to hear more about her transition from South Piedmont and how we might improve that pathway and experience for other students. She's also graciously shared her personal story with me that day, and with her permission, with Emily's permission, I'd like to share some of it with you this morning. It speaks to what I hope you will take away from my message today as you move into the next season of your life. Education will take you far. Resilience will see you through the tough times. Emily was born in the Philippines. She was told her mother either died giving birth to her or left when she was around 18 months old. It's still unclear to her which is true. All she knows is that her mother's name was Anna. Emily would live with her grandfather and her abusive alcoholic father until the age of 5. After her grandfather's passing, her father took her to Manila, the capital city, left her under a tree, and walked away. The police would find Emily the next day. At 5 years old, she couldn't tell the police much, not even her birth date, so they gave her a new one. Emily would never see her father or younger brother again. She'd live in an orphanage for the next several years in the Philippines, trying to escape many times. At age 9, she was adopted by an American family, but that adoption didn't work out as hoped. She was 12 when she finally found her forever family. Emily has written a book about her life entitled Abandoned No More. Throughout, she chronicles her feelings of abandonment and the dealing with the mistreatment she suffered. There's enough hardship poured into those pages to last way more than a lifetime. To know Emily's background and to see her now is the very definition of resilience. Emily drew on her faith to persevere. She's learned it's how you choose to handle life's obstacles that will get you through the challenging times. To say that Emily had a challenging start is a gross, gross understatement. And while I can't fully relate, I can empathize. I grew up in a small town in rural South Carolina. My mom was married in secret at 18, became pregnant at 18, had me at 19, and my father left 3 months later. Not the best start for us, so my mom and I moved in with my grandparents, and we lived there until my mom remarried when I was 5. My new dad, was a returning Vietnam veteran, and his first job after coming home was an assistant manager at Burger King in Columbia, about 45 minutes away. And it was so disappointing because I really like McDonald's. So when he joined our family and worked at that Burger King, it allowed us to now get a single wide mobile home and park it in my grandparents' yard. Later, the stork brought me 2 younger sisters. We opened a restaurant in my hometown, and we eventually built a house when I was 13 on my grandparents' property. We lived at the intersection of 2 dirt roads, one of them named for my great-grandfather, Bub Shumpert, and my closest neighbors, my cousins, were a mile away. Fast forward a few years, and I would become the first in my family to pursue education beyond high school. I had 2 goals. I wanted to play college football. Why didn't I? I had quarterbacked my high school team to an 0-10 record. And I was sure that I might not make it, so I didn't want to fail out. But after 4 semesters of college at 2 different institutions, I dropped out. Not what you expected, right? I am a college president after all. I had transferred from a North Carolina junior college where I played football to Wofford College in South Carolina, but I was struggling financially, emotionally, and academically. Football wasn't working out like I wanted, and I felt like a fish out of water, but I didn't give up, and neither did my family. They saved. I joined the Navy Reserves to become eligible for the GI Bill to help pay for college. The next year, in 1986, I was recruited by a small college in Eastern Union County, North Carolina, to play football, and as they say, the rest is history. Where I am today, where Emily is today, is literally and figuratively miles from where we began. For me, a couple of hundred, for Emily, thousands of miles away. But what's the same is a combination of resilience and education. Education and resilience, plus the support of my family, got me from Peoria, South Carolina, to being with you today as president of Wingate University. For Emily, resilience and education, her faith and her adoptive family got her from the Philippines to studying at an American university by way of South Piedmont, on her way to helping young kids improve their reading skills. Again, she wants to teach children to read because reading for Emily has been an opportunity to dream and to grow her faith. Reading and study, in other words, education, provided her a gateway to a new life. This brings me to the other life lesson I've learned along the way. It's that character counts, and it's how you will be remembered. So ask yourself today, how do you wish to be remembered by your classmates gathered here, your friends and family, and your future colleagues? In the author David Brooks' book, The Road to Character, he writes about resume virtues in contrast to eulogy virtues. To oversimplify, he's asking us to compare what we would say about ourselves if we were applying for a college or a job with what others will remember about us. Brooks clearly believes that both sets of virtues are important, but in the book, he is clearly calling us to reflect on the eulogy virtues, or what he would label as character virtues. While being a hard worker and a positive person are the types of characteristics a potential employer will want to see demonstrated, resilience and optimism go deeper. They reflect who you are, not what you do or how you perform. Brooks offers up the example of Ida Eisenhower, the mother of President Dwight D. Eisenhower in The Road to Character. Despite losing her parents at a young age and leaving home at 16, she was determined to continue her education at a time when young women didn't typically attend school beyond the 8th grade. Ms. Eisenhower was the personification of optimism. She was known to always have a smile on her lips. Brooks highlights her to illustrate that character building has a tender side, a caring side, that love and care for others is a fundamental tool for building character. He tells Ms. Eisenhower's story as a focus on what he calls, quote, higher loves, end quote. For example, a love of South Piedmont, a love for your neighbors, a love for your country, an optimistic belief in others and in the power of community. Brooks writes about Ida, quote, we live in a culture that teaches us to advertise and promote ourselves, but that gives little encouragement to humility, sympathy, and honest self-confrontation and reflection. Tools for basic character building, end quote. A. Philip Randolph is another historical figure highlighted by Brooks. Mr. Randolph was an early civil rights leader whose perseverance in the face of adversity was nothing short of remarkable. One of the most influential African Americans of the 20th century, he convinced President Franklin D. Roosevelt to desegregate the defense industry, to open up jobs like building planes, tanks, and ships for the military for African American citizens. Philip refused to back down until he had Roosevelt's support. Imagine the courage at that time, at any time, required to stand up to the leader of the free world and advocate for change that you know is right. In his clear admiration, Brooks writes, you have to surrender to something outside yourself to gain strength within yourself. In the lives of Randolph and Eisenhower, Brooks lifts up the character of these individuals as models for us all. For your study at South Piedmont, you've likely been focused on your resume virtues, and that's good. But as we celebrate your accomplishments this morning, I'd like you to take just a moment and ask that you think about eulogy virtues. How will you be remembered? Resilience and character are often best taught by example, by story. You can learn from Emily's story or the stories of Randolph and Eisenhower. But to see character lived out is quite another thing, a more profound witness. Remember that we often evaluate ourselves based on our intentions, but others will judge us by our actions. Ultimately, graduates, yours is the story that matters. Looking across you gathered here this morning, I'd confidently wager a bet that the best place to look for a character example is to begin by looking in the mirror and thinking of all the things you've had to push through to get where you are today. Again, congratulations. Keep up the good work. And remember, education and resilience are a potent force, and lifelong learning will continue to improve your life and the lives of those around you. And second, Character counts. How will you be remembered? Again, many thanks for inviting me to speak today. What a privilege. Godspeed, good luck, and best wishes.
Thank you, Dr. Brown, for those inspirational words this morning. And students, we are coming to that moment for which you have been waiting and for which you have worked so hard. So candidates for graduation, would you please rise? President Farr and Board of Trustees, on behalf of the faculty and staff at South Piedmont Community College, I do hereby certify that the candidates for graduation before you have met or are currently completing the requirements for their credentials, and it is my privilege to present them to you as candidates for graduation.
Dominic M. Dunn. Deanna N. Bonilla. Marie Helms Kivett, Associate in General Education. Carly Grayson Schaefer, Associate in Arts. Brenda Arieli Perez, Associate in Arts. Pauline May Tameo Alera, Associate in Arts. Kayla Elizabeth Carpenter, Associate in Arts. Crystal Sierra Ethel May Gatewood, Associate in Arts. Ricky Michaela Little, Associate in Arts. Serene Fidel Ushahelby, Associate in Arts. Kira Umaya Tillman, Associate in Arts. Manav Sanjay Kumar Patel, Associate in Arts. Sandra Isabel Solomon, Associate in Science. William Rocky Moore, Associate in Arts. Mason Braun Hyatt, Associate in Arts. Destiny Mejia Maris, Associate in Arts. Emma Catherine Stiegel, Associate in Arts. Erin Nicole Lookabill, Associate in Arts. McKay Burr, Associate in Science. Juliana Faith Waltz, Associate in Fine Arts and Visual Arts. Miranda Alexandra Santana, Associate in Fine Arts in Visual Arts. Madison Page Drum, Associate in Fine Arts in Visual Arts. Casper Sebastian Moran, Associate in Arts. Kyle Merrow Stokes, Associate in Arts. Juan Antonio Santillo Esoteco, Associate in Science. Michaela Joelle Johnson, Associate in Arts. Audrey Faye Belk, Associate in Arts. Jalen Chastity Little, Associate in Science. William Dabrowski, Associate in Arts. Carla Montanez, Associate in Science. Emma K. Ahern, Associate in Science. Evan Curry, Associate in Arts. Courtney Nicole Reeves, Associate in Arts. David Franklin Godwin, Associate in Arts.
Come on, David.
Santiago Ponce, Associate in Science.
Okay.
Richard Bernice Martin Jr., Associate in Science. Desiree M. Barrett, Associate in Arts. Manaya Iris Ingram, Associate in Science.
Yeah.
Janae Linnell Horn, Associate in Arts. Jana Lauren Jackson, Associate in Arts. Excuse me, Jana Lauren Jackson. Jemiah Elise Bennett, Associate in Arts. Meredith Lacey Pressler, Associate in Arts. Amy Ruth Snodgrass, Associate in Arts. Emily Buchanan, Associate in Arts. Sirinish Pelikur, Associate in Science. Abigail Haved, Associate in Science. Jasmine Nicole Martin, Associate in Arts. Savannah Figueroa, Associate in Arts. Brooklyn Martin, Associate in Arts. Callie Ann DeRozier, Associate in Arts. Titus Batson Hayes, Associate in Arts. Richard Andrew Baker, Associate in Arts. Samantha Mackey, Associate in Arts. Quatavis Devin Lyles, Associate in Arts. Devrai Patel, Associate in Arts. Nicole Yonku, Associate in Arts. Demi Nicholas Yonku, Associate in Science. Yana Andreevna Starovero. Diana Garcia, Associate in Arts. Garrett Eli Garcia, Associate in Engineering. Riley Katrina Thomas, Associate in Science. Thank you. Kavis Charlane Michael, Associate in Science. John Allen Kruger, Associate in Science. Troy Wickersham, Associate in Arts. Cole Wickersham, Associate in Arts. Luke Paul Wickersham, Associate in Arts. Latasha Denise Smith, Associate in Arts. Trinity Cheyenne Spencer, Associate in Arts. Hannah Marie Turner, Associate in Arts. Brittany Michelle Chasten, Associate in Science. Carolyn Lords Rotella, Associate in Arts. Andres Jesus Caceres Rodriguez, Associate in Science. Harley Thomas Stiegel, Associate in Arts. Hannah Robin Lynn Costello, Associate in Arts. Thomas Zalewski, Associate in Arts. Celeste N. Tomlinson, Associate in Science. Jackson R. Cotter, Associate in Arts. Janaya Takala Harrigan, Associate in Arts. Shelby Hammond Helms, Associate in Science. V.D. Shaw, Associate in Arts. Naraya Gaidorova, Associate in Arts. Joss Gebbia, Associate in Arts. Mallory Ann Ansel, Associate in Arts. Ann Foon Tonu, Associate in Arts. Carmen Jackson, Associate in Arts. Elizabeth Grace Dalrymple, Associate in Arts. Yenzi Miranda Gomez, Associate in Arts. Alyssa Nicole Simon, Associate in Arts. Monica Van Kampen, Associate in Arts. Samantha Annabelle Carlson, Associate in Arts. Abigail Gano, Associate in Arts. Tia Simone Dispinet, Associate in Arts. Darby Nicole Burgett, Associate in Arts. Kenyatta Kersey Moss, Associate in Arts. Gabrielle Garcia Jr., Associate in Science. Alexander Villanueva, Associate in Arts. Anna Christine Edwards, Associate in Arts. Alexis Monroe, Associate in Science. Maggie Nicole Altman, Associate in Arts. Yumila Sammy Hung, Associate in Arts. Lily Marie Jones, Associate in Arts. Destiny Medlin, Associate in Science. Evan Harrison Dano, Associate in Science. Mauro Lescalego Hernandez, Associate in Science. Alondra Stephanie Velades Rios, Associate in Arts. Itziana Gutierrez, Associate in Arts. Rosa Cassandra Ubarkin Nicolos, Associate in Arts. Valerie Marcella Ripenden, Associate in Arts. Joanna Ortiz Garcia, Associate in Arts. Chastity Irene Chambers, Associate in Science. Emma Bland Streeter, Associate in Arts. Ava Hill, Associate in Arts. Lubdi Amit Shah, Associate in Science. Megan Elise Sedbury, Associate in Science. Giovanna Eliani Silva, Associate in Arts. Hasley Oriano, Associate in Arts. Juliana Catherine Stasha, Associate in Arts. Jessica Christine Demov, Associate in Arts. Gracie Elizabeth Stinson, Associate in Arts. John Alden Kendall, Associate in Arts. Bailey McLean Winfield, Associate in Arts. Claudia Faith Hill, Associate in Arts. Mallory Brooke Sykes, Associate in Arts. Rebecca Dawn Huntley, Associate in Arts. Brisa Miranda, Associate in Arts. Ashni Patel, Associate in Science. Santiago Duarte Muyorga, Associate in Science. Andrew Kerner, Associate in Arts. Grayson Alexander Flack, Associate in Arts. Rachel Elise Hill, Associate in Arts. Victoria A. Bernish, Associate in Arts. Evelyn Ancharova, Associate in Science. Me? I'm done. Okay.
Kaylee Nicole Sykes, Paralegal Technology Diploma. Samuel Chambers, Basic Welding Certificate. James Bartholomew McCrae, Human Services Technology degree. Caleb Ray Rogers, Basic Welding Certificate. Christopher George Hyatt Jr., Automotive Systems Technology, Introductory CTE Certificate. Ryan Bolt, IT Systems Security degree. Angela Lynn Banks, Culinary Arts degree. Keisha Lizette Barnes, Agricultural Science Certificate. Brianna L. Griffin, Human Services Gerontology Certificate. Shantavia D. Chambers, Human Services Technology degree. Sharon Christina Coelho, Human Services Technology degree. Katrina E. Martin, Early Childhood Education, Preschool Certificate. Quintana Shanette Montgomery, Early Childhood Education, Practitioner degree. Brandy Nicole Vargas, Early Childhood Education, Practitioner degree. Ruth Millen Moran, Business Administration degree. Timothy W. Balsinger, IT Game and Simulation Programming degree. Brandon Fleming, Welding Technology Diploma. Dontavia Allen Hammonds, Human Services Technology degree. Leroy Samuel Palante, Industrial Systems Machining Certificate. Emily Herring, Early Childhood Education, Preschool Certificate. Nicole K. Yao, Early Childhood Education Diploma. Johanna Jones Pillar, Cybercrime Technology degree. Kristen L. Moon, Early Childhood Education degree. Allison Faith Brigham, Business Administration degree. Ivan Salinas Ayala, IT Information Systems degree. Angela Grimsley, Early Childhood Education Practitioner degree. Lanira Nicole Sturdivant, Early Childhood Preschool Certificate. Andrea Chick, Early Childhood Education Practitioner degree. Daniel Honeycutt, Mechatronics Engineering Technology degree. Grant Jefferson Stewart, Mechatronics Engineering Technology degree. Kurt Garrett McCormick, Mechatronics Engineering Technology degree. Charles Daniel Wallace II, Industrial Systems Technology, Machining Pathway degree. Jackson Scott Gurley, Industrial Systems Technology, Machining Pathway degree. Sulema Yepes Garcia, Paralegal Technology degree. Dominique McKever Wall, Early Childhood Education Practitioner degree. Carrie L. Joplin, Paralegal Technology degree. Vida Lucinda Judy, Human Services Technology degree.
Jamie Benton, Medical Sonography. Marissa Ann Keating, Medical Sonography. Kira Herfano, Medical Sonography. Sally Ann James, Medical Sonography. Claudia John Tyson, Medical Sonography. Amber Dawn Collins, Accounting and Finance. Savannah Caitlin Curtin, Business Administration. Leanne Ama Afrifa Kaya Maya, Information Technology. Barbara Ann Arties, Human Services Substance Abuse. Michelle Galison Mobley, Business Administration. Kyle Dylan Waddell, AC Heating and Refrigeration. Stephen J. Palmer, IT Information Systems. Lisa Cash, Human Services Technology. Andres Sanchez, Business Administration. Sonia Vanetta Kelly, Early Childhood Education. Erica Monique Caraway, Early Childhood Education. Priscilla C. Marsh, Early Childhood Education. Jonathan Micah Wezowitz, Criminal Justice Technology. Aubrey Mackenzie Simones, Medical Assisting. Destiny Simone Little, Medical Assisting. Shawnette Lynn Rushing, Medical Assisting. Angela Denise Strahan, General Medical Office Administration. Cassidy Denise Tyson, Medical Assisting. Haley Madison Grissom, Medical Assisting. Bayek Parr, Medical Assisting. Alexandra Blake, Medical Assisting. Cynthia A. Scott, Medical Assisting. Letitia Rochelle Griffin, Medical Assisting. Shamaya Christian, Medical Assisting. Ariel Simone Smith Christian, Medical Assisting. Ayessa M. Pratt, Criminal Justice Technology. Abigail Karp, Criminal Justice Technology. Vimbanisha Imbezo, Practical Nursing. Brittany Allen Sullivan, Practical Nursing. Kanchan Badrai, Practical Nursing. Denise Lynn Emerson, Associate Degree Nursing. Alyssa May Gordon, Associate Degree Nursing. Asuna Olivera Bonilla, Associate Degree Nursing. Harry Hopkins IV, Associate Degree Nursing. Kaylee Ann Grimlin, Associate Degree Nursing.
juice. Oh, here we go. What a day. Congratulations. Woo! Now, graduates, the moment you have been waiting for. By virtue of the authority granted by the state of North Carolina, vested in the Board of Trustees of South Piedmont Community College, and by the North Carolina State Board of Community Colleges, I now declare you South Piedmont Community College graduates with all the earned rights, responsibilities, and privileges. Congratulations, class of 2022. You now may move your tassels from the right to the left. Woo!
Thank you for coming. We are going to close the ceremony. We invite you to our back patio. We have refreshments there for you. All of our buildings are open for you to take pictures, to see our campus, and thank you again.
I declare this commencement to be closed.
Hey, good to see y'all do that. Absolutely, y'all. Good to see you. Good to see all good graduates in both Derby. So congratulations. I'm coming down. Okay, those names are mine. Congratulations.